Hi friends, Mrs. Romines here. I miss you. I hope you're doing well. I know you're learning a lot. You're doing it a new way like you've never done before, and I think you're doing an awesome job. Last week we talked about how feelings can be a little bit different right now than we thought they were going to be at this time of year. We thought we were going to be back at school, but we're at home. We thought we kind of had a handle on our schoolwork and knew what we were doing. Now we have to learn new things, and that's okay. Feelings are good. We talked about why it's important to name our feelings, to identify our feelings, and to know ourselves what we're feeling so that we can deal with those feelings. But we're also going to talk about how we can look at our own behaviors and other people's behaviors and the choices we make and the choices that other people make to try to understand and identify how other people are feeling. And sometimes that's as easy as looking at how our bodies are feeling. We think of feelings as being up here in our mind, but we can feel them through our whole bodies. So today's fun exercise, our lesson is going to be on identifying what parts of our body do we feel certain kinds of feelings. How does that tell us what we're feeling? And how can we watch other people for those clues? Remember we talked about, when we were talking about compassion last month, we talked about how we can look at somebody's face, or we can look at the way they're acting, or we can look at what happened to them and use empathy to understand how they're feeling. And it's just as important to know how other people are feeling as it is to show other people how we're feeling. And so the more we all understand how feelings affect our minds and our bodies and how we can deal with them, the better, the more we'll get along. I know right now you're probably at home with your family a lot more than you usually are. You're spending a lot of time together. No one can really go out very much. So we don't want to start getting upset with each other. We don't want to hurt anybody's feelings. We want to stay kind. And one of the best ways to do that is to understand how we're feeling. So after you watch my video here, go on to the next slide. I'm going to ask you a little bit about what you learned in this talk and in other talks we've had about feelings. Then you're going to play a little game on slide 3. There's a little game. I hope you have a couple of dice in your house, and you can use those dice to play with your family or somebody online. If you can do FaceTime or Zoom or anything like that, play this little game and start identifying your feelings and what clues we have for each of those feelings, because they might not be the same for all of us, and this way we can understand each other better. After you do that, I'm going to ask you one more time to maybe create something, draw a picture, write a story, make me a little recording. I got a few of those back last week and I loved hearing your voices, so please send me a little message on recording if you want to just share a little bit about what you learned in this lesson. That way I would love to hear from you. So thank you for doing this when you can. No pressure. It's for fun, but I would like you to try to do it sometime so that you can keep up with your feelings, and they're ever changing right now, and I understand. So keep up the good work. You're doing an awesome job. I miss you. Bye, guys.